Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in the world. This is Gloria White, and I'm coming to you from Utah, USA. We're continuing in Russia and China in prophecy. We are now in part 2H. All according to plan. Europe's growing nervousness about events in Russia gives us a flash of light into a terrifying Bible prophecy. It is building now, at this moment, to a spectacular fulfillment. These events in Russia and Europe are working out according to God's master plan. Even the Russian people don't understand why their nation has returned back to the center of global events. But you can know. All we need to do is understand the Bible, which tells us to watch world events, not dates. You know, people say, oh, on such and such date, the world's going to end. Don't listen. No one knows but the Father when the Son will come again. Nobody knows the hour or the day. World events will date the Bible's prophecies and reveal where we are in the overall time frame. A more dictatorial Russian government is on the scene, and you need to know where it is leading. That power will be able to challenge Europe when nobody else can, including the U.S. The EU is going to become the world's #1 superpower. So says Bible prophecy. The Russian economy is in trouble, and time is running out on its opportunity to cut itself a position of lasting significance. Its conventional military and its nuclear arsenal are both aging quickly. Demographically, birth rates are plunging precipitously. Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin are running out of time to restore Russia to great empire status. This is Russia's moment, wrote George Friedman. America is squeezing Russia, hoping nature shows that the Russians will squeeze back hard before they move off the stage of history. Don't expect Russia to stop from the headlines. In fact, expect Russia to ramp up its efforts to restore the Soviet Empire. Among other activities, this will likely mean the forging of a major agreement with Germany and Europe that will address both European and Russian vulnerability. Expect Russia to continue to be highly active in defending and enlarging its periphery. Ukraine will likely continue its gravitation toward Moscow. Ukraine will likely continue its gravitation toward Moscow. Currently, right now, in this day and age, Ukraine is resisting Moscow. This guy's saying that they're going to eventually move toward. It's highly unlikely we'll see NATO expand much further eastward. Beyond these developments is an invisible power, assuring that a master plan is being fulfilled. As Winston Churchill said, this is the purpose being worked out here below. The nations are blind to where these events are leading, but they should know, because this message has been proclaimed for over 70 years. But even though the nations fail to heed, you can have God's protection wherever you live on earth. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen, and with many ships. And he shall enter into the countries, and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown. Daniel 11:40 through 41. The king of the north is united Europe, The king of the south is radical Islam led by Iran. Request our free booklet, The King of the South. Europe will win this war, but that victory will trigger some other events. Europe will then ally itself with the moderate Arabs and attack America. Britain and the nation called Israel. Many Bible prophecies thunder that truth. Then Russia will ally with China and other Asian nations. They know that they are next on Europe's hit list, the world's new #1 superpower, which likes to attack without warning. Germany has a history of such treachery, and Germany leads the EU. That is the ideal way to win nuclear wars. So Russia and China will gather their armies on the borders of Europe. This move will make Europe intensely nervous, so much so that it will attack Russia and China. But tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many, and And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas and the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. Verses 44 through 45. This is where the rise of Europe and Russia is leading. It is building now, even as you read this. The tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. United Europe. That means the frightening news comes from the northeast. Look on any world map and see who is located northeast of northeast of Europe. It's Russia and China, which will soon unite. Remember, this is an end-time book, Daniel, chapter 12, verses 4 and 9. We must understand who these nations are today, or Daniel will have prophesied in vain. So God gives us a specific time factor and direction of where Europe's enemy is located. Sorry about that. Here you go, Mommy. As you will see in the chapters to follow, these prophecies get far more detailed, and they are being rapidly fulfilled before our eyes. It's all happening just as Daniel and other prophets prophesied thousands of years ago. Never have we seen so many prophecies fulfilled so fast. How many people are going to believe God? These events are hurtling toward Jesus Christ's second coming. How magnificent, how wonderful. Will you believe God? I'm certainly going to believe God. I certainly will. And when we come back on the next video, we'll be in part 3. We're just zooming right through. Now that we have the meat of what's going on under our belts, I'm not going to stop at every little section. This next part, part 3, is only about, I don't know, 3 or 4 pages long. So I'm going to read straight through that without stopping. So it'll be a little longer, but not much. And as always, I love you.